partire.
Yes.
È aperta anche le domande, sono aperte.
Hello everybody, we are GhostArk. I'm Alessandro, the marketer for GhostArk. This is Massimo, the CEO, the man who had the vision, and that's his son, John, who actually was the designer for the device. And we're going to have them give you a little speech, a little introductory speech, and then we're going to have all of the other guests introduce themselves and explain what they do and who they are.
Allora, parto.
Yeah.
Bene, allora, grazie a tutti. Mi scuso per gli occhiali scuri, ma mi dà fastidio la luce.
Okay, thank everybody for joining us. I excuse myself for the black glasses, but I actually have troubles dealing with the lights.
Ok. Allora, ringrazio tutti quelli che sono presenti. Ringrazio 3.400 amici che hanno messo la mail per avere il GhostArk.
I thank everybody who's here, who's watching us, all the guests, and also the 3,400 people that actually left the mail to know more about the GhostArk.
Ringrazio anche una notizia dell'ultima ora, anche GhostArk, che sarà il primo team che avrà il GhostArk per provarlo durante le proprie indagini.
I also want to thank the Ghost Asylum crew, which is actually going to have, which is going to be the first crew to have the device and film it on camera.
E poi volevo ringraziare anche il team di GhostArk, perché soprattutto mio figlio, perché questa idea che avevo del GhostArk sarebbe rimasta nella mia testa se non avessi avuto l'aiuto di mio figlio, che ha concretizzato, ha trovato gli ingegneri, di cui uno che si interessa di robotica.
I also want to thank the GhostArk team and especially my son, John, who actually made the GhostArk out of my mind and into reality. Without him, it would have not been possible. He actually made and coordinated a full team of engineers, of which a few people actually trained in robotics, and he actually made it possible. So thank you, John.
Ok, volevo anche dirvi che i primi prototipi finali di GhostArk saranno pronti ai primi giorni di maggio.
The first working prototypes of GhostArk are actually going to be available in the beginning of May.
E poi la distribuzione per tutti inizierà a settembre del 2015.
The distribution for everybody and the industrialization is going to happen in the September of this year.
Quindi intorno, penso, a giugno inizieremo la prevendita del GhostArk.
And therefore I can estimate that by June we're going to have pre-sales of the GhostArk on our own website.
GhostArk è nato solo da un bisogno che io avevo durante le mie indagini.
GhostArk is born out of a need that I found myself inside of my own paranormal investigations.
GhostArk è anche figlio di tutti gli apparecchi che esistono riguardanti l'attività di ricerca paranormale, ma GhostArk è nato proprio per una necessità. Io avevo la necessità di avere le mani più libere, di potermi muovere con più agilità durante le mie indagini, e GhostArk ha risolto questo problema.
GhostArk is also the son of all the previous technology that came inside of this field, but it's also the sum of them, as it fulfills a precise need that I find myself having of being able to do paranormal research by myself.
Adesso può anche parlare Gian Maria. Vi ringrazio.
And with that, I want to give the word to my son John.
Piacere, io sono Gian Maria, sono il designer di GhostArk e sto seguendo il progetto anche sotto l'aspetto tecnico insieme agli ingegneri. Mio padre, quando mi ha parlato del GhostArk e della sua idea, mi ha subito interessato, mi è piaciuta anche per una mia passione personale, ma perché ci ho visto reale innovazione. E se puoi intanto tradurre quello che ho detto.
Yeah, first of all, I'm John. When Massimo started talking to me about the GhostArk, I found the power of this kind of innovation, and I felt that this niche had the need to revolutionize with it. As you might know, I'm the designer of the device, and I made and managed a crew of engineers to actually get the device done.
Adesso finalmente con questo tipo di strumento sarà consentito un tipo di lavoro diverso, perché grazie a tutta l'integrazione di questi strumenti finalmente si potranno anche incrociare i dati, quindi avere dati sempre più precisi e riuscire ad ottenere prove più concrete, e questo è anche un obiettivo che GhostArk vuole offrire.
And the next step that with GhostArk is going to be possible is to cross the data, which is something that wasn't even possible before, and it's made possible by this new technology.
La cosa che volevo anche dire è che gli ingegneri che purtroppo non possono essere con noi perché stanno lavorando veramente in maniera molto importante, però vorrei dare un ringraziamento a loro perché anche loro stanno contribuendo alla realizzazione del progetto e soprattutto stanno facendo un lavoro che stupirà tutti.
Another big thing to say is that I want to thank the engineers. Unfortunately, they cannot be here as they have to work hard on the project, but I really want to give them a shout out and big thank you because they're actually making it possible.
E vorrei anche ringraziare tutte le persone che abbiamo invitato che sono qui con noi, che spero che questa discussione non solo faccia conoscere il GhostArk in quanto tale, in quanto strumento, ma anche e soprattutto riesca a trovare la maniera di dare un aiuto sensibile alle ricerche, perché questo è il vero obiettivo del GhostArk, aiutare il ricercatore nato da un ricercatore sul paranormale per i ricercatori e per i ghost hunter.
E anche per gli entusiasti.
Esattamente.
Devo anche ringraziare la stampa perché abbiamo avuto almeno 50 testate che hanno scritto di noi, e tu potresti dire anche le principali, Motherboard, Engadget, Daily Mirror. E la cosa che mi ha fatto piacere è stata quella che l'oggetto ha incominciato a interessare al paranormale anche coloro che lo guardavano un po' con sufficienza, con estraneità. Abbiamo avuto una risposta invece, proprio anche leggendo gli articoli di tutte le parti del mondo, Arabia, Vietnam, Cambogia, Estonia, Lettonia, Russia. Bene, io credo che con GhostArk riusciremo a ampliare coloro che si interessano al paranormale.
One last thank you to all of those that are here listening to us and the guests that are going to speak with us. And what I really hope that everyone is going to get is the fact that this device is brought out of a paranormal researcher and it's made for paranormal researchers. And therefore, I hope that everyone is going to benefit from this device and get new quality on their findings.
Volevo anche aggiungere un'altra.
Massimo wants to also thank the news for being featured so highly from news such as Motherboard, Engadget, the Daily Mirror, and throughout the world, everywhere in the world, it's been spoken about the GhostArk and its intriguing device.
Ok. Poi un'altra cosa molto interessante è proprio grazie ai vostri feedback che abbiamo ricevuto ultimamente che abbiamo potuto migliorare il GhostArk in corso d'opera e aggiungere tante cose, perché chiaramente abbiamo sentito altri vostri bisogni e siamo riusciti già a integrarli con lo sviluppo della prima versione del GhostArk.
And one last thing is thank you for all the feedbacks we received. They made it possible to actually get a better device while working on it. And that will not be possible without your own feedback. So thank you very much and keep the feedback going. Now, with that said, I would like for all of our friends to introduce themselves. We can start by Tim. And Tim, please explain who you are, what you do, and why you started working in paranormal research.
My name is Tim Weisberg. I'm the host of Spooky South Coast Radio. We have been doing the show for almost 10 years now, and it's become one of the top paranormal shows in the world. And I've had the opportunity to work on some paranormal television shows as well, including Ghost Stalkers and another show that I'm working on now that I can't talk about. And but you GhostArk guys, you know who I'm talking about. And we've had the opportunity to use some of the cutting-edge stuff in the field over the years. I run an event company called Legend Trips, and we've had the chance to use Bill Chappell's inventions, Gary Galka's inventions, and so when I saw GhostArk, I figured this would be a perfect fit for what we're doing in bringing some of the cutting-edge stuff to the paranormal field.
That's really good stuff. So what about Niki? Introduce yourself, please.
Hi, I'm Niki ParaUnNormal, and I host a radio show on liveparanormal.com. It's called Live Paranormal Spotlight Radio. I've been into the paranormal what seems like my whole life, and I can tell you it's going to continue to be an awesome journey, and especially with additions to the field such as the GhostArk, I think it's going to be great, and I can't wait.
So how did you get about doing paranormal research?
The future of paranormal research, I think that there's quite a future to be had. I think there's lots of questions that we all have. I think everyone has a different question, and it's part of the adventure, I guess, is trying to find the answers.
Okay, Cindie, introduce yourself, please.
Hi, everybody. I'm Cindie, the founder of FemForce. I started paranormal investigating a long time ago, but officially in 2004, and I am excited to be here. So I'm a writer for liveparanormal.com and also Scared Sheetless, and I do a little bit of everything, pretty much. But anything paranormal interests me, and I think the future of paranormal is going to be huge, but I think it's going to lose interest for a little while as people learn more and more, but I think it's going to take a different twist and turn for like dimensions and things like that. So I'm excited.
Yeah, that's really interesting. So again, what's interesting, we're actually going to introduce Chris Beech, who is who's been studying with Sharon O'Keefe. And why don't you talk about yourself and what have you been studying for all these years?
Hello there. Yeah, as already been said, my name is Chris Beech. I'm a student at the School of Parapsychology. And yes, I do indeed work with Kieran O'Keefe, but I also co-run a ghost hunting group called Norfolk Ghost Hunters, and we carry out paranormal investigations in the UK, in and around the area of Norfolk. As a student at the School of Parapsychology, I'm particularly interested in anomalous psychology, phenomenology of apparitional experience and the survival hypothesis. I suppose my job in the main is an evidence gathering role, and that's what I do on investigations, and that's what drew me to the GhostArk, as it kind of looked like the Swiss Army knife of the paranormal investigation world, really, and I was really excited as the scalability of that product.
That's good stuff. Chad, would you introduce yourself? Hey, Chad.
Yes, my name is Chad Stambaugh, and I'm the co-founder of 11th Hour Paranormal. I'm also an author of several books. Many of you probably know the latest one, Paranormal Dictionary. I also have my own radio show, The Paranormal Roundtable, on paraspeakradio.com. And I also have a blog. It's called Ghost Flames. If anybody's on Facebook and seen Ghost Flames, that's my blog. I also believe that the paranormal is it's going to be around for a long time. There's so many answers that need to be answered, and I feel that the GhostArk is one of those pieces of equipment that finally has been made and invented for the actual paranormal investigating, as compared to all the others out there that were actually made for other purposes. This is going to give the paranormal field a good advantage and finally maybe getting some good answers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And last but not least, let's introduce Alejandro, the Dead Explorer. Hey, Alejandro, how you doing?
Hey guys, I'm doing well. Hey everybody. My name is Alejandro Dominguez. I am a paranormal investigator and filmmaker. I produce and host a paranormal investigation web series called Dead Explorer, and I've been working on that project now for about close to 4 years. So I do paranormal investigations quite frequently, and the minute I saw the GhostArk, it caught my eye. I was really interested in the design and the features. It looked like something out of, you know, the iPhone world instead of a piece of paranormal equipment. So I'm really interested to find out more about what you guys are going to share tonight. This is really my first opportunity to find out more from y'all about what you're doing with it. And then just one more thing, another project I'm working on. I'm currently co-producing a documentary on the spirit board called Yes, No, and Goodbye. So I have both of those projects going on at the same time. I'm really excited to see how maybe I can incorporate the GhostArk into both of them.
Yeah, I can say I'm really excited to see what your project come about too. So I would like to start with a bit of the debate, and the first question will be, do you want to add something?
Sono qui per rispondere alle domande che vogliono fare a me o a Gianmaria.
So yeah, do you actually have a few questions for Massimo and John about GhostArk?
Nessuno vuole parlare.
Tim, Niki, you have a question?
I'm sorry, I stuttered. My internet stuttered there a little bit.
Okay,
Sorry, what was the question?
Do you have a question for Massimo about the GhostArk?
Well, my first question would be, what would make you think that the devices that everybody's working with already needed to be changed? What was it that you saw about what people were already using in the field and decided that you could do it better?
Sì, ti rispondo. No, il discorso è che avere troppi strumenti in mano
having too many instruments inside of the hands
non era comodo, poi non avevo la possibilità di incrociare dei dati,
and that didn't allow
dovevo
me to cross
sempre
the data.
segnarmeli su un block notice.
I would have to always use a notepad to sign the data.
E siccome normalmente amo fare le indagini praticamente da solo,
And since I also like to do paranormal investigation by myself,
e allora mi è venuto in testa che si poteva cercare di creare uno strumento che ne contenesse più di qualcuno.
so what came into my mind was the idea of having a single device that contained all of them, and that I could be able to take it inside of one hand.
Quindi quando vado a fare le indagini ho il GhostArk su una mano, anzi il prototipo che avevo in mano, e la telecamera.
So when I go about doing my own research, I can have the GhostArk, and honestly speaking, I could have had the old prototype of the GhostArk, and maybe a torchlight or a camera on the other hand.
Poi per quanto riguarda l'incrocio dei dati, sarà fatta un'applicazione.
Vorrei spiegare appunto che
For what concern the crossing of the data, John will actually talk to you about how to cross the data.
esattamente, chiaramente registrando i dati attraverso il device si avrebbe un file, si ottiene un file CSV che magari per 20 minuti di registrazione sarebbe molto lungo, avrebbe tantissime righe. E così è stata creata appositamente una web application in cui voi semplicemente andrete a prendere questo file, a downloadarlo all'interno del nostro server e avrete tutta una serie di infografie con tutti i risultati in modo che abbiate subito una visione diretta di questi dati e di come sono stati, come si incrociano ogni secondo.
So since you will get data recording each second from this device, you will actually find yourself with having a lot of data to analyze. And the solution we found was to have a web application inside of our own website, in which you would just, you could have the GhostArk, download the file into your computer, and then upload it on the web application, and then you will get infographics and understanding of the data in a visual way that will explain to you what actually happened to those data. Does that answer your question?
So it'll actually separate out the data. You'll be able to see what you got EMF-wise, what you might have gotten audio-wise. You'll be able to see it all separate.
Ha chiesto se puoi vederli separati tutti quanti.
Sì, poi vederli separati e poi volendoli poi anche incrociare, quindi la web application ti consentirà veramente di vedere, di avere tutto uno spettro anche singolarmente dei vari sensori come l'MF, la temperatura e la pressione, che è un altro elemento che abbiamo voluto integrare grazie ai vostri consigli, tra l'altro.
So yes, you're going to be seeing the different inputs from all the sensor in each second, but if you were to use the web application, you will actually see how those data fit within themselves. Like if they do cross statistically, if they have some kind of interaction, and you can actually compare them. Because that was the goal, to be able to compare the data with your own recording or between the data.
Ok. Altre domande?
You have any other questions?
Sì,
Yeah, let's start with a quick debate. Massimo made a statement. He actually thinks that between Europe and America, and also in Australia, there are different ways of doing paranormal research. And we would like to know if you do believe in this kind of differences, and how do you think they fit in with this kind of scenario?
Yeah.
I will start by Chris. I want to hear Chris' opinion.
Okay.
Okay, I personally do believe that there is a distinction in the type of activity that people look for. It may be a sweeping generalization. I haven't done an investigation in America, but from what you see in the media, which obviously isn't something you should take for granted, it seems like orbs and visual phenomena seem to take precedence, as well as electronic voice phenomena. In the UK, we look for very similar things. However, it's the psychology around somebody having that paranormal experience which is also of interest, especially to me. And that's where I think that we differ. I think that it's very physical in America, and in UK certainly it's we're after EMF, things that can physically interact with a human being to distort our perception of what's occurring, in my opinion.
That's really interesting. We are in chat as a question. Would you want to share it with us, please?
Yeah, my question is, since you have so many different things happening from one piece of equipment, how are you making it so that the EMF is not being the evidence from EMF is not being messed with from the audio you might be getting with it, or whatever else, you know, the different pieces of the equipment? How are you separating it so that there's no distortion of the evidence?
That's an awesome question.
Good question. Esattamente, allora gli ingegneri hanno studiato un modo di schermare le varie componenti del device per poter rendere l'EMF assolutamente pulite ed esenti da qualunque tipo di problema che può venire dal device interno.
So the engineers found a way to shield the internal components of the device in a way that will not interfere with the EMF detector.
C'è perfino una gabbia di Faraday.
There's something that he actually says there's a Faraday cage inside of it.
Okay.
Infatti è stata una delle cose che abbiamo più voluto testare ultimamente, in modo che garantiamo assolutamente che l'EMF sia assolutamente preciso e non venga in alcun modo esattamente.
Yeah, the big thing was the EMF detector, which would completely go crazy with all the electrical components inside of the device. So the solution we found was to use a specific kind of shielding to everything except of the EMF detector. This way, the EMF detector are going to be clean, and the rest of the devices, since are not really that interesting in the EMFs, are going to be shielded.
Poi volevo aggiungere anche un dato, che l'EMF prenderà appunto dalle low frequency, dalle 30 Hz fino alle 300 Hz.
Yeah, since the device is custom, the EMF is going to be focusing on the frequencies between 30 Hz and 300 Hz.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, I got a follow-up question about the device on my end. You know, it's pretty ambitious, all the features y'all are putting together, and kind of hearing your explanation about even, you know, that great question about false EMF readings. I'm just really curious about, you know, where does y'all's experience come in developing an item like this? Because it looks super ambitious, and if it works, it's going to be fantastic. But it's also a piece of advice that none of us have seen in person. So can you tell us a little bit about, you know, how it's working as a prototype, and then also, you know, what's your background in building devices like this? Because I would love to see it succeed, but I'd like to know more about y'all and y'all's development.
Allora, ti dico, voglio essere molto sincero da questo punto di vista.
I want to be really sincere.
Gli ingegneri che noi abbiamo voluto integrare in questo progetto sono estremamente specializzati in ogni settore che noi andiamo a trattare, uno che fa la radio, uno che fa...
Engineers that we have found are specialized in each of the sections of the device. So,
le radio, la parte che gestisce le radio, uno che gestisce quello che è l'MF meter.
So one is going to be focused on the radio part. One is going to be focused on the EMF part.
E il nostro project manager ha lavorato 3 anni in Giappone, in cui ha fatto microrobotica.
Our project manager worked 3 years in Japan to work on microrobotics.
Ti garantiamo la massima qualità del prodotto, e quando lo potrete vedere anche in prototipo a breve, sono convinto che sarete assolutamente convinti della qualità del prodotto, ne siamo certi, perché il lavoro che stiamo facendo è estremamente importante e le persone che ci lavorano dietro sono estremamente capaci.
Yeah, in a technical standpoint, it's going to be excellent, as we found people from each different for each different part of the device that are focused just on that, and therefore it's going to be excellent in terms of technology. I also want to add that since each of us is working on a different level of the device, he's working on the actual paranormal part, he's working on the design, I'm working on the marketing, and the engineers are working on the technical standpoint. You know what they say, to each his own. We're actually not doing random stuff. We are a single person for a single component, so that it's always excellent. And also, when the beginning of May is going to come and you're actually going to see the prototypes, you are going to be mind blown, and they are going to confirm all your wildest expectations.
Well, that would be really cool, and I sincerely hope that I hope so. I would love to use the prototype and for it to work, because it looks really cool.
Yeah. Chad, you have another question?
Yes, my next question is, are you creating a certain program that can be downloaded into a Mac or a PC that all this data from the GhostArk can be downloaded to?
No, è stata una mia scelta, perché il mio background proviene principalmente dal web. Io sono nato come web designer e...
No, that was a choice specific of John, because he came from web development ambient.
E vorrei anche spiegare questo, ormai tutto si sta spostando in cloud.
And you want to explain this, the whole industry of the web is moving toward the cloud part.
Proprio per permettere alle persone da qualunque posto, anche con un altro computer, di gestire questi dati.
To allow everyone, wherever they are, to manage the data they got.
E quindi di poterlo fare anche da differenti computer.
Yeah, and therefore we wanted to have maximum compatibility with all the computers.
Perché la notizia interessante è che questa web application poi sarà estesa per permettere, questa è una cosa che voglio annunciare adesso, permetteremo anche di gestire i file audio direttamente da queste web application.
Come? Domanda più semplice, CSV file. Sì, che cosa, scusa? Vuoi sapere che formato è? CSV.
Ah, il CSV, sì.
Yeah, to allow maximum compatibility and to allow it running on every device, since the web application is going to be on a browser, the files that you're going to get from the GhostArk are going to be .csv files, which are simple tabulated files. You can actually use them on spreadsheets or upload them to the web application. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Ecco, volevo però allora a questo punto aggiungere il fatto di quello che noi andremo a fare dopo questa prima fase della web application.
Yeah, what John wants to state is what are the plan for the future of this web application.
Allora, la prima fase è quella della gestione dei soli dati.
The first part is going to be to allow you to just manage the data.
Ma un grande problema è che alcuni vorrebbero poter anche elaborare i propri file audio senza però avere delle conoscenze tecniche, magari come potrebbero averci delle persone che sanno già usare certi programmi.
Yeah, maybe some people want to actually edit the audio files and get clean sounds, but they don't have the expertise to do this kind of work.
E quindi la seconda fase sarà quella di fare anche un servizio per la gestione dei propri file audio in maniera semplice e diretta, anche per chi non ha conoscenze di programmi molto complessi.
So the second part of the web application is going to allow you to edit the audio files without having prior knowledge with this kind of audio manipulation device softwares.
E tra l'altro sarete all'inizio voi a far insegnare il nostro programma come fare.
And you are going to be the one to teach how the program to work.
Okay, because a lot of people in the paranormal field here in the United States are not very technical on pieces of equipment, so the easier it is for your equipment to be downloadable and be usable, the better.
Excuse me?
I said most paranormal investigators, at least in the United States, are not technical, not very technically wise. So the easier it is for you to have the data downloaded and easy for people to use, the better you're going to be able to sell this product.
Yeah, I agree with that. We are actually striving a lot to get it as simple as possible. And in this case, for the web application, you just gotta plug the GhostArk in the computer, download the file, and upload them to the web application. And it's going to be as simple as that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Niki has a question.
Oh, Cindie.
No, Niki has a question. Hey, Niki.
Hi. Sorry, it's a little choppy on my end. I'm not sure if you can hear me. But okay. By all the stuff I've found out tonight, I'm even more excited for the equipment to come out. I think that that's absolutely fascinating. How you guys are comparing and contrasting the information. When you guys have been testing out the equipment, have you noticed any surprising areas where you had, perhaps in multiple areas, that were surprising to you, that they were both a spike or something like that?
Yeah, just give me a second. Let's say hello to Chad as he's leaving. Thank you very much for being here and the time you put in. We're hopefully going to hear you back soon, and have a good evening. Ciao, Chad.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.
So about your question, was it about getting weird readings on the EMF meter?
Well, the EMF meter and perhaps the different area that that you would be measuring with the equipment statistically. Have you noticed any surprising areas where you would have a spike?
Tipo, com'è che il meter ti ha aiutato all'indagine per vedere qualche lettura strana?
Allora, la mia procedura è sempre quella di mappare prima l'ambiente dove andrò a fare l'indagine.
Massimo's procedure is to always map the whole location that is going to investigate on before doing the actual investigation.
Quindi qualunque variazione che posso vedere nel campo magnetico derivata da cavi, tubi scoperti, la metto in evidenza subito, e se posso chiedo di staccare luce e caldaia e gas.
So every kind of weird reading that is going to get while mapping the place, he's going to sign it on his notepad, he's going to try and reduce it, possibly by cutting off the electricity or other sources.
Perché il problema di fondo è che noi non sappiamo ancora se queste entità sono radianti oppure mutano l'ambiente dove si trovano. Quindi seguo con l'FM meter, ho sempre l'impressione di potermi avvicinare alla fonte della variazione elettromagnetica, però non è sempre così.
Because the thing is, we don't know if entities are actually radiant or if they just manipulate the electromagnetic field. And based on that, we could argue that using an EMF detector might allow us to reach the entity, while it might also mislead us.
Come anche mi è capitato di entrare in posti dove una stanza era completamente, aveva meno 10-15 gradi, 10 gradi meno del resto dell'ambiente, e non c'erano finestre aperte, o era inverno, era estate. E quindi io mi sono reso conto che effettivamente un calo di temperatura o qualche volta anche un innalzamento di temperatura indicava la presenza di un'entità. Questo come a livello di temperatura. Anche a livello di pressione, tante volte ho avuto la sensazione che mi si tappassero un po' le orecchie, e allora ho pensato che anche, poi ho anche letto molto su questo, ho pensato che anche un misuratore di pressione ambientale che varia poteva indicare la presenza di un'entità. Così come, posso dire, sì,
the same goes for temperature. The same thing of EMF can go for temperature. Like, for example, you could have a place completely closed with no windows open that had a difference in temperature of 10 Celsius degrees. And that can lead the research. And also for pressure, you might get into a place and find that your ears are ringing. And that might be a sign that pressure is changing. And those could lead to further investigation.
Quindi il discorso di avere 3 sensori, e anzi 2, cioè sensori dell'FM meter, della temperatura e della pressione, sono cose che si ritiene per esperienza collegate alla presenza di un'entità o di più entità.
These 3 variables are commonly related to the presence of entities.
Questo non significa, dovremmo discutere anche sul fatto di cosa sono queste entità, perché effettivamente noi come ricercatori possiamo solo verificare la natura del fenomeno come paranormale, ma per quanto riguarda l'origine, come ricercatore non mi sento di attribuire l'origine di un fenomeno paranormale a disincarnati, fantasmi, alieni, entità. Questo io non lo posso sapere.
The thing is, saying that this data actually shows entities is something that we can not actually say, because we don't know about the nature of entities. In fact, as a researcher, what Massimo is striving for is to understand whether a phenomena is paranormal or not, as he cannot talk about the origin or the source of the phenomena, because there's no way of actually talking about that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I actually had a question about for Chris about this. Chris, are you here? Can you hear me?
I am, yeah.
Yeah, would you talk about the instrumental measures that you do measure when doing your parapsychology studies?
Mm-hmm. So what? Sorry, the question was, what would I use?
Yeah, what are the measurements, and how do you relate them to the paranormal investigations? Are they actually related?
There is popular belief that EMF temperature drops are related to spiritual manifestation, or it's the first stages of a spiritual manifestation. There is no empirical evidence to actually prove that that is the case. Now, what is interesting is that if that actually happens, for example, a temperature drop takes place when someone is reporting an ostensibly paranormal experience, for example, a sense of presence, or that they can see an apparition, we can actually try and verify and tick that box to say, well, that actually might be an environmental factor that contributes towards a haunting experience. We can't actually say, as you've said, that is a ghost, that is an apparition, and that's directly related to it. However, it may be a contributing factor to a report of paranormal activity. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, it does. Massimo
Sì,
actually has a question for you.
sì, esiste una frattura di fatto tra i parapsicologi e i ricercatori del paranormale,
There's actually a deep fracture between parapsychologists and paranormal investigators.
perché giustamente i parapsicologi imputano certi fenomeni legati molto alla mente.
Because parapsychologists do relate the phenomena to the mind.
Io invece, come ricercatore, penso che tutte le persone possono assistere a fenomeni e registrare EVP e che la mente ha una parte relativa su questa cosa. Influenza sì, ma è relativa.
What I actually think is that everyone can experience paranormal phenomena and that the mind could have an influence on this, but it's not the deciding factor.
Io credo che esistano delle entità.
I believe that entities do exist.
And that's fantastic, and that creates debate. So you get parapsychologists, some of which actually do believe in the paranormal that does exist, and you get parapsychologists that actually don't believe, and you do get that wide variety of opinion, as is everything else.
Yeah, I actually think the focus on parapsychology is even less of a bet than it would be of saying that the phenomena is paranormal or not. Because I can make a comparison. Like Massimo himself, he says, I can't talk about the origin. I cannot say it's a ghost. I can say it might be an entity. I cannot even say that, actually. I can say only it's paranormal, it's not paranormal. While on the other hand, the parapsychologist takes even a more step back and he says, this might have been caused by a physical source that created a phenomenon in the mind, or that might be simply unexplainable by the mind, but could be caused by it. So I guess the parapsychology takes an even more of a step back to having a conclusion.
Yeah, I'd agree that that probably would be the case on the most part. It requires evidence. That is first and foremost to everything, is the collection of evidence. It comes first and foremost to everything.
Cioè, io vorrei anche aggiungere che siamo adesso arrivati al momento in cui mi ricordo 30 anni fa che le indagini le facevo di nascosto perché credevo gli altri pensavano che io fossi matto come un cavallo.
Yeah. Now we're at the point, and Massimo actually remembers 30 years ago when he would hide himself while doing paranormal investigations because people would have thought that he was completely out of his mind.
Adesso la situazione però è molto cambiata.
And now the situation has changed.
Cioè, a parte alcuni casi,
except for a few cases,
io mi ritengo anche uno scettico per certi punti di
and
vista.
he does call himself a skeptic under certain circumstances.
Però sono aperto mentalmente a capire che tutto quello che noi vediamo, sentiamo attraverso i nostri 5 sensi, è solo una piccola parte di quello che in realtà esiste.
But what I do believe is that what we perceive with our own 5 senses is just but a tiny part of what actually is out there.
Questa è la mia opinione.
And that's just my opinion. So Cindie, do you have a question? We cannot hear you.
Non la sentiamo.
We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just going to ask, what type of meter is the device going to have? What is it going to resemble? Like maybe like a K2 or the Mel Pro?
Questo cosa gli somiglia? A tutte e due.
Cosa?
A quale meter di MF assomiglierà?
Potrebbe essere.
Sì,
beh, avrà la lettura sul display.
We're going to have an accurate reading on the display.
È un avvisatore visuale fatto alle luci.
And LED to give you an intuitive feeling on the top of the device.
E tra l'altro una cosa che vorrei aggiungere,
and something that John wants to add,
anche i suoni, gli allarmi sonori che possono essere attivabili o meno.
And you're going to have pre-programmable alert sounds that you can activate or not for variations.
Oh, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, team.
Yeah, I had a
Team,
follow.
go ahead. Ask a question.
Before Massimo had mentioned that he thinks that entities are around us, but what do you feel the nature of these entities are? Because I've been doing this for a long time, and I still haven't decided exactly what a ghost is.
Come fai a giustificare? Lui fa, io ho un'esperienza, però qual è la tua? Cos'è un fantasma effettivamente?
Beh, io come ricercatore dirti cosa sia un fantasma ho la mia opinione, perché il termine fantasma secondo me non inquadra il fenomeno a cui possiamo assistere.
So, as a researcher, I might have my opinion on what a ghost is, but I do not believe that the word is a good enough label to explain it.
Io credo che esistano piani di esistenza diversi, universi paralleli, sistemi di vita, modi di vivere diversi, dove il tempo e lo spazio non hanno molto senso.
What he believes is that there are different universes, different multi-dimensions, where dove spazio e tempo non esistono? Where space and time are relative.
E quindi può essere che ogni tanto si aprono delle fratture tra queste diverse dimensioni.
So sometimes there might be the chance that some kind of opening or tunnel between these different dimensions might open.
E noi possiamo venire a contatto, però attenzione.
And we can get into contact with these different universes.
Noi pensiamo di andare in contatto con altre dimensioni.
Keep this in mind. We think that we are getting into contact with different dimensions.
Ma potrebbe essere l'esatto contrario.
But it might be the complete opposite.
Loro vanno in contatto con noi.
They might be the one communicating with us.
Sure, you could be building a receiver instead of a transmitter, right?
Potreste essere sia emissore che ricevente piuttosto che solo trasmettitore.
Sì.
Yeah.
Tutto.
Everything. We don't know.
Okay.
Non ci sono verità assolute su questo.
Yeah, Alejandro, do you want to make a few statements?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm really glad to hear that Massimo is a researcher at heart, not knowing anything about the team behind the GhostArk, and just hearing from him here tonight. I think it's really exciting to know that there is somebody involved with development that is, a researcher, and not just a researcher, but obviously somebody who's very vested into the topic. I just want to do a quick follow-up to another comment. I don't want to switch gears too much, but I do think that the question earlier about if there's different types of paranormal investigation between countries, and I just wanted to follow up on that and say, even within here in the United States, I've been able to investigate with probably about 15 different paranormal groups filming my show. And you see people from one end of the range, from skeptical to those who just jump at the first thing that they see, which just goes to show that everybody just brings in their own mindset, their own cultural upbringing, their own religious upbringing into what they think that they're experiencing. And obviously that falls into parapsychology as well. But I don't think there is a right or wrong way to investigate, because if there was a right way, we'd all be done. We wouldn't need these pieces of equipment. We already would have seen a ghost, or not a ghost, but whatever paranormal might be. So I think it's very open-ended. The search is open-ended. But again, I just want to say I'm glad that Massimo is vested in the paranormal. It makes me feel really good about the GhostArk when I know the guy who's creating it is sincere about trying to find answers.
Thank you very much. I want to make a statement. Massimo wants to make a statement about.
Allora, se riuscissimo a dimostrare che le entità sono radianti,
if we were able to demonstrate that entities are radiant,
in realtà, questa è una mia visione
it might be possible
come loro catturano la nostra energia,
as they are able to take our own energy from us,
noi potremo catturare la loro.
We might be able to take their energy from them.
Poi esiterebbe un problema deontologico. Nel
That
senso,
would open a ethical question.
Perché se sono in grado di catturare l'energia elettromagnetica dell'entità, catturo anche l'entità.
Because if I were able to capture the electromagnetic energy of the entity, I would be able to capture the entity.
Ma poi cosa ne facciamo?
And then what we will do with those entities?
Quindi preferisco, cioè, come loro ci scaricano le batterie e catturano la nostra energia, se loro fossero radianti, noi saremmo in grado con uno strumento di catturare la loro energia portandoceli dentro il condensatore.
Però chiaramente prima dovrebbe essere provato.
Sì, dovrebbe essere provato che le energie sono radianti, esattamente. E questo ancora noi non lo sappiamo
That's
con
obviously
certezza.
up for debate, and will also open a lot of questions about quello della libertà di giudizio.
Sì, libero arbitrio.
Of free will. That will open up a big question of free will, where you could actually capture entities with the same process with which they take the energy from you. Or at least that's what we think.
Sono tutti rimasti.
Yeah, patent pending.
Sì, ma è un discorso lontano.
Sì, chiaramente.
Parliamo un po' delle cose tecnologiche del dispositivo.
Esattamente, vorrei parlare del Ghostbox.
Yeah, John would like to talk about the Ghostbox.
Intanto vorrei sapere, vorrei capire la vostra idea, se voi usate nelle vostre ricerche il Ghostbox e che tipo di strumenti usate, le applicazioni, usate direttamente il device e cosa ne pensate.
So, do you actually use the Ghostbox, and which kind of Ghostboxes do you use? Do you use apps? Do you use actual tools? Do you use radio apps? Let's start with Tim.
Well, we have a few that we've made on our own over the years. A couple Shack Hack modified Radio Shack radios. We also have. I use a lot of the apps too. I have EchoVox, and I have some of Danny Roberge's other creations. So that's what I've pretty much used exclusively for the last few years, and I get a lot of responses out of them. But I also realize too that a lot of those responses that I'm getting are our own interpretation of what we're hearing. So it might be a matter of, we're trying to fit what we hear into the story of the investigation rather than just getting direct information.
Yeah, that's really interesting. What's your call, Niki? Do you use Ghostboxes?
Yes, I do. I would love to be able to have a chance to use a Frank's box, but they are few and far between. But the opportunities I've had to use those, I've felt that those were probably the Frank's box was one of the most compelling type of interaction I think that I've had. I do also use the EchoVox as well as the other apps that Danny Roberge has made. In the past, I've used other apps, although over time, I believe that when you get well versed with them and you use them a lot, sometimes you'll notice inconsistencies. Therefore, there are some that I no longer use. But you have to use them in order to be able to make that determination. I think that apps do get a bad rap because people don't give them a chance immediately, but I think that, just as any other tool in the paranormal, I'm open to using any of them and making my own judgment. But I also have the PSB-11, which I have not had the greatest success with. But last night I ordered myself one of the brand new PSB-7s, so I'm looking forward to getting that.
Yeah, Tim made a comment that you can actually be able to project things with your own mind. Would you go deeper on that comment?
Well, I've always wondered that, because when you are involved in an investigation, you're processing this information and trying to create a narrative as you go along. not enough investigators just go in and collect data and then go home and analyze it. Too often we're trying to go in there and either follow along a known haunt or follow along the story of the location, whereas with a lot of these devices, if we do have the ability to project things with our mind, then these devices would be perfect for doing that.
Yeah, I will actually tell you a story that Chris Fleming told me. It happened once that he had like a tool that would generate words based on, I guess, the electromagnetic fields. And what happened, he left this kind of tool open in the kitchen, and for 1 hour this device didn't say a single word. And then what happened was that his cat started walking into the kitchen, and then this device started saying cat, 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 cat. And as the cat went for food, the device actually started saying food, like cat, 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 food, as if either there was an entity watching the cat going for the food and saying that, or maybe it was even the cat projecting his own presence or his own vibrations inside of the device. That's a really interesting question. What's your call, Cindie? What's your thoughts on this?
I use a little bit of everything. I try anything and everything. I tend to like the PSB7 the best because I think I get the best results with that. And like Niki said, we use all of the different apps. We give them a try. But I have noticed some of the apps tend to have a lot of repeat words, and there's a lot of inconsistencies and also consistencies among every location. So I kind of find that hard to believe that it's actually having spirit communication. That's not, I guess, natural. I don't know. It just seems a little bit fake, and so I kind of stay away from those. And use the ones that don't have that same problem. But I like the Echo Box. I do like the Echo Box, but my favorite I would say is the PSB7 right now. Not the brand new one. I'm gonna order that one too. But yeah, that would probably be my most favorite. I would love to own the Frank's box, but I don't have one. And when I have been able to use it from someone else who has them, I absolutely love it. So I would like to have a Frank's box, but I don't have one right now, so I'll just make do.
Yeah, Chris, can you hear us? Chris, what's your call?
Yeah, well, I'm not a great lover of them, I must admit, but I do see a lot of ghost hunting groups in the UK use them. For me, I was just typing out a reply to that actually in the text chat, and I personally feel that suggestion plays a massive part in the way that this kind of phenomena is perceived. It's far too easy, like Tim said, to apply what we want to what is being said or what we perceive to be said through the spirit box or what have you. Especially as, for example, the spirit box comes through as a product with a warranty if you don't remove the radio aerial. So for me, they lose credibility a little bit. But otherwise, no, I think that people believe in it, and it's hard work for me to try and make them sit back and look at actually what they've got, rather than a load of garbled words that they're applying things to.
Awesome. And what about you, Alejandro? What's your call?
I love this topic. As far as the power suggestion, that's a big part of my research. But I want to share an anecdote. I'm not going to say who it is, but I do have a friend who's a paranormal investigator, and she is responsible for a ghost tour at a pretty well-known haunted location. So that's why I want to keep it anonymous. But she and I would talk about this, and one day she decided that she was going to tell people on her ghost tour that there was a ghost at that location named George. I can't remember the actual name, but the ghost's name was George, and or it was something like George. And so what was funny is that when paranormal groups started investigating there, then they started getting the name George in the Ghostbox, or they started getting signs of a George. And this is somebody that my friend completely made up, just created, just to see what is the power of suggestion on the paranormal. And so, you know, the funny thing is that what's shocked my friend is that on an investigation now in another location, she's caught that George now herself on a ghost box. So it's really funny because obviously now we ask, is, you know, the power of suggestion so strong that all these people are catching this evidence, or was this something that she mentally basically created and it just got so much group consciousness that now it's a reality, that George is a reality? And of course there's no way of knowing which one's the right answer, but to me I found that whole research fascinating because I do think you know, our reality is what we experience, and I think our mental outlook about the paranormal plays a huge role into the investigations, the experiences, and the evidence that we capture.
Yeah, thank you for that. So just a quick thing for the audience. We actually haven't, we didn't have the chat room before. I apologize for that. We opened it up. So if you want to have your question being shown, you can place them. We're going to read them, and we're going to answer them at a later stage. Thank you all for your questions. And yeah, Massimo wants to say something about this.
Il GhostArk prevede l'uso dell'antenna o l'uso di non avere l'antenna.
So the GhostArk is designed to allow you to either use the antenna or to use it without the antenna by having a jack hole.
Questo perché ancora non abbiamo capito se la propagazione delle onde favorisce l'arrivo, il fatto di percepire, di catturare gli EVP.
This is because we quite don't understand yet if the propagation of the waves actually favors the formation of an EVP or not.
Quindi il fatto è questa discrezione di chi usa il device.
The thing is, and it's up to the user's choice.
Se crede che la propagazione sia una delle condizioni che favoriscono la cattura dell'EVP, potrà usare l'antenna. Se no, non userà l'antenna.
So, if you think that propagation gives you better chances to get EVPs, you're going to use the antenna. But if you think that propagation has nothing to do with EVPs, then you're probably not going to use it.
Non usare l'antenna può essere piacevole perché magari non ti entrano delle radio esistenti nella banda.
Yeah, not using the antenna might... la percezione non è un dato di fatto.
No, le senti.
Yeah, not using the antenna might make it harder for radio station to actually get inside of the Ghostbox.
Però a distanza di anni un EVP, anche se non lo metti sullo spettro, perché è molto difficile mettere sullo spettro un EVP dal Ghostbox, perché non avresti una lettura come un EVP ambientale registrato.
But putting a EVP capture from a Ghostbox instead of a spectrum analysis tool, it's quite harder to study it because it's different from an ambiental EVP.
Però l'esperienza te lo fa sentire la differenza tra un EVP e una radio.
But the experience actually allows you to make the kind of distinction between a radio and an EVP.
L'EVP è atonale.
EVP has no tone.
Nel Ghostbox, per esempio, assume delle cadenze diverse del nostro parlare comune.
In the Ghostbox, the cadence of the words and the rhythm is going to be different from the way we normally speak.
Legano parole ad altre, spezzando le parole in mezzo.
They're going to tie words
perché vanno a cavallo di più frequenza.
By cutting the middle part. It's going to show you an example.
Faccio un esempio italiano. Una frase: Massimo è andato al mercato. Un EVP attraverso il Ghostbox potrebbe essere: Massimo è andato al mercato. Cioè cambia un po' la dizione. Mentre
Okay, so team is going to cut out for preparation for the radio broadcast. We're going to be live on South Coast Paranormal and Paranormal South Coast. And so thank you, team, for being here. We're going to be back with you in 40 minutes. Thank you very much.
Ciao, grazie.
Thanks, Tim.
Yeah.
Ecco, poi bisogna...
Faccio un cambio di passo, devo leggere i commenti.
Sì.
No, con Gian.
Ok, bene. Poi un'altra cosa, io preferisco di gran lunga l'EVP ambientale preso con il registratore.
By far, he favors the ambiental EVP with the normal digital recorder.
Infatti, quando ho sperimentato a Poveglia il primo GhostArk da solo, dalle 19 alle 21 di inverno, quindi era buio, non c'è luce, andavo con una torcia e con questa scatola di legno con tutto il GhostArk, tutto come fosse insomma una radio aperta.
Yeah, he actually laughs about it, thinking back when he went to Poveglia by himself for 3 hours in the middle of the winter, freezing cold, with this wooden box in October, with a wooden box which contained the technical pieces of the GhostArk, which was the first ever prototype ever done.
Ho sentito colpi con le orecchie.
He started by hearing knocks with his own ears.
E poi ho registrato 2 EVP.
And then he got a couple EVPs.
Ed erano in lingua veneta.
They were in the Venetian dialect.
Mi chiedevano, il primo doveva essere un EVP residuale.
The first one might be a residual one.
Perché mi chiedeva se avevo un pezzo di cotica di maiale.
Because it asked for a piece of cork.
Quando ho sentito i colpi ho chiesto, sei tu che stai battendo, perché mi stai facendo questi colpi?
When I was hearing the knocks, I asked, are you the one making those kind of knocks?
E la risposta è stata, non sono stato io.
And the answer was, I'm not the one doing this.
Dopo 20 metri,
after walking for 20 meters,
ho sentito una voce femminile, dal timbro femminile, che mi diceva, io sono Angela.
He recorded a female voice saying, I am Angela.
In veneziano.
In Venetian, which will say, mi so Angela.
Mi so Angela. E quindi la qualità dell'EVP che avevo registrato era estremamente bella, pulita, chiara. Ho avvertito non solo attraverso gli strumenti, ma sentivo che era vicina a questa entità, perché diciamocelo francamente, non è un luogo comune. Il migliore strumento di rilevazione del paranormale siamo noi stessi, se siamo però obiettivi e senza paura.
So when he actually recorded the EVP, it was clean, and what was more interesting is the fact that he felt some kind of energy around it, because what he stated is that the most important instrument in paranormal research is our own self. We are actually the best instrument as long as we are objective about it and not scared.
Ecco, la paura non deve far parte di un ricercatore, penso neppure di uno stampa.
Fear should not be part of a researcher nor of a ghost hunter.
Lo stupore, la paura per 5 secondi, 10
yeah,
secondi.
Getting a jump scare, it's something, but no.
E poi però ritorni al fatto di ricercare e di studiare.
But then you gotta get back and become lucid again, and keep studying and keep researching.
Questa è la mia posizione.
That's my opinion on it.
Non so la vostra.
I don't know about you. So Cindie has a question.
I have a question about the range of the EMF meter. Like, what kind of range are you gonna have, you know?
Do you mean an electromagnetic range, or do you mean distance? Do you mean frequency, or you mean the distance in which you can get the measurement?
The distance, like how will it be able to pick up on?
Quanto è lontano la distanza del 6 metri?
Allora, noi abbiamo fatto un raggio praticamente di circa 6 metri.
The radius is going to be around 6 meters. Qual è
Great.
l'ultimo? 3 metri e mezzo?
Sì, chiaramente, cioè,
Yeah, the maximum sensibility is going to be around 1/2 of that distance, so around 3.5 meters.
però posso dire, e questo è un aspetto tecnico molto interessante, che il nostro ingegnere ha appunto studiato un sistema perché la precisione sia una delle migliori in questo campo per questo tipo di range di frequenza, quindi ha studiato un sistema che è estremamente preciso e questa è una cosa che io voglio proprio identificare bene, quindi quando verrà usato l'MF meter, cioè non voglio ribadire il fatto che non ci saranno problemi di interferenze, che è la cosa più importante, e soprattutto il fatto che lavori sulle basse frequenze importanti, perché sono quelle che sono le più importanti in questo caso.
Yeah, John wants to restate the fact that that the meter is going to be focused on the low frequency from 30 to 300 hertz, and the way the algorithm behind to get the measurement has been done is to make it so that it's always as accurate as possible instead of having spikes of accuracy. Okay, Tim, can you hear us? Hey Tim, yeah, we got no video. So I guess we can answer the question of upstate paranormal, upstate supernatural. I hope you're here and listening. So the question is, what will the battery life be like with the GhostArk? Most devices get drained very quickly in the field. Curious what kind of battery function will be available. Can it also just be plugged into the wall? Quindi può essere attaccata al muro. Che tipo di batteria utilizzerà? Dice che molti dispositivi si scaricano velocemente e chiede che tipi di funzioni di batterie ci saranno.
Allora, prima di tutto quello che vorrei dire è che le batterie, intanto è una batteria interna per cui non avrete più bisogno di acquistare delle batterie.
So the first thing I want to state is that the GhostArk is going to have an internal battery and therefore you're not going to need to ever buy batteries again.
E comunque avrete sempre la possibilità di poterla cambiare con una batteria di riserva in qualunque momento.
But you're also going to keep the possibility of changing it rapidly whenever you need it.
E si ricarica normalmente come una batteria del cellulare.
Yeah, and to recharge it, you just plug it inside of the wall and it's going to recharge like a normal cell phone will do.
Però attenzione, siccome il nostro GhostArk è schermato,
Okay, but since the GhostArk is shielded,
potrebbe anche essere che l'entità non riesce a prendere l'energia della batteria.
it might also be possible that the entity has no way of getting the energy from the battery.
Però comunque non c'è problema, se la batteria è potete cambiarla in qualunque momento, senza 3 secondi, senza estremamente veloce. L'importante è averla già carica.
But anyway, we make the design in such a way that you can change the battery really fast, in less than 6 seconds.
Io ho buttato via un capitale in batterie.
I actually spend a lot of money into batteries. Questo è cheesy. Non devi fare queste pubblicità.
No, cosa?
Non devi fare questi commenti da Borbone.
Non è barbone, è la verità, ho cambiato un sacco di volte le batterie.
Okay, so do you have any questions about the device? Il discorso dell'interno Faraday, puoi spiegare un po' più?
Scusate,
la gabbia di Faraday interna.
No, questo è un aspetto tecnico che per ora non vogliamo spiegare per una questione anche di riservatezza, perché purtroppo è un aspetto un po' delicato che, dato che non vogliamo per ora che è possibile... Esattamente, se lo puoi spiegare.
The thing is, about the shielding technology inside of it, most of the GhostArk is made of a custom, is completely custom in its doing, and therefore there's a few parts that we don't want to disclose until the device is done. Volevo ripetere il concetto che serve il dispositivo si scarica?
Esattamente. I prototipi avranno anche un sistema, proprio perché non vogliamo che vengano assolutamente, ci possa essere una copia all'inizio del software, eccetera. Se verranno aperti, c'è un sistema che cancellerà la parte di software.
So what we did with the prototypes is that obviously someone can open them and get all the technology. But what we did is that whenever you're going to open a prototype, and we're going to send a warning to those that will get it, if you do open it, the device is going to be set up in a way that it's going to cancel its firmware. And that way, if you do open the prototypal device, you won't be able to ever use it again.
Good
That's
call.
for safety reasons. So we got a fresh question from Sean Krusha. What will be the directional for the device as it, with the natural tree field meter, will it radiate out in multiple directions or will it be singular forward as with many of the meters? Sarà diretto oppure emanerà in più direzioni? Tre assi
Ecco, qua noi abbiamo optato per il monoasse, spiegami perché.
Okay, so your question, Sean, is basically, is the device three axis or mono axis? And the question, the short question is it's mono axis, single axis. And Massimo is going to explain why.
Allora, è più comodo il triasse.
The three axis is way more comfortable.
Cioè io entro in un ambiente, noto la variazione del campo elettromagnetico, ma non capisco da dove viene.
Yeah, I just get into an environment and get a reading of a variation. But what happens is that I cannot state with accuracy where that variation happened.
Però col monoasse, io se mi muovo, posso vedere dove più diventa intensa la variazione elettromagnetica.
On the other hand, with a single axis, whenever you're going to move the device, you're going to get different estimates and numbers that determine the actual intensity of the electromagnetic field. So, short answer, the three axis is comparable, the single axis is more accurate.
È più per il ricercatore paranormale.
Yeah, single axis is more for the paranormal researcher, while three axis is more for might be better for scouting. Yeah, Chris, would you explain a bit of your thought about the single axis versus three axis, and how would you go about making a scientific experiment about with EMF fields?
Well, with regards to the single access, it is preferable to me personally on a paranormal investigation for the advantages that you've illustrated. It is very easy for me to point out the direction of where the EMF radiation is actually coming from if I can direct the device towards that location.
Yeah.
With tri-axis, it's a little bit more difficult to ascertain when you want a answer there and then. With regards to EMF as a whole, I prefer the AC actuating current EMF readers on a single axis for the reasons that I've just talked about. I believe that they can have a effect on people, their mind and the way that they feel and perceive things. So it's an integral part, and I'm really, really glad that the GhostArk has taken the time to actually make this practical for a paranormal investigator or a researcher to actually take a hold of this feature and be able to measure with it accurately.
Thank you.
Abbiamo un problema con tempo.
Yeah, we have a few issues with the team because this guy's kind of get back. I guess the show, the radio show started, and we were trying to connect back to him so that we can have a conversation. In the meanwhile, do you have any questions, Niki?
I just can't wait for it to come out. I really cannot wait. I want to go investigate right now. I want to use this device. I just can't wait. I don't have any questions. I just want to get it in my hands.
Yeah, I guess that's what we all want to do. Facciamo un discorsetto tecnologico e poi se ci sono domande bene, se no aspettiamo che
No, volevo parlare del nostro tipo di Ghostbox, che vorrei ribadire come funziona il nostro Ghostbox.
Yeah, John wants to make a statement about the functioning of GhostArk's Ghostbox.
Con il GhostArk tu puoi ricevere 3 bande contemporaneamente.
With the Ghostbox, you are going to receive 3 different bands simultaneously.
FM, AM e onde corte.
FM, AM, and SW.
Ma che cosa succede? Se tu volessi registrare il Ghostbox, che cosa farebbe un ricercatore?
But what would happen if you were to want to record a Ghostbox? So let's start with the normal example.
Prende il device, prende un registratore e poi registra vicino direttamente il flusso audio.
With the tools you have currently, you will have to take the Ghostbox with its own speakers, and then take a microphone and place the microphone near the speakers to record the audio from the Ghostbox.
Il GhostArk invece registra queste 3 bande contemporaneamente direttamente a livello interno. E la cosa interessante, e qua è una... se vuoi tradurre...
The GhostArk instead records all of 3 the bands simultaneously without needing an internal microphone, but it gets directly from the input of the receivers.
Se volete registrare, per esempio, la domanda, avrete il pulsante Push to Talk per poter registrare anche la vostra voce.
Yeah, to avoid contamination, if you want to record a question while using the Ghostbox, you will have to press the button to the side, which is the Push to Talk button.
Però perché noi abbiamo optato per avere 3 bande simultaneamente?
Now, a common question is why would we want to have 3 different bands simultaneously?
E qua vorrei che rispondessi tu.
Massimo will answer to this question.
Perché io mi sono sempre posto la questione, io faccio una domanda, sto ascoltando l'FM e non ho nessuna risposta.
So the issue with Massimo is, for example, I'm making a question and I'm listening to all the AM and I don't get no answers.
Può essere che mi abbia risposto su un'altra gamma di frequenza.
Now, what could happen is that the entity might have given the answer on a different frequency, and we have no way of knowing.
Semplicemente questo, abbiamo più possibilità di avere risposte.
In this way, you're going to have 2 more opportunities to capture a message.
Poi un'altra cosa molto interessante che abbiamo voluto integrare grazie ai consigli che abbiamo ricevuto è nella funzione Playback.
And there was also a few features that we added to the Playback function.
Come il poter riascoltare la traccia lentamente, ma anche al contrario, e il contrario lentamente.
Scusami?
Si può ascoltare la traccia rallentata o anche capovolta e anche rallentata.
Yeah. While playing back your audios, you can listen to normal audio, or you can reverse it, or even you can slow it down, or reverse it and have it slow down at the same time. So you can even just might have recorded an EVP, you can play it back, might make no sense, but you think it has words inside, you can slow it down, or maybe even try and reverse it to see if it actually makes sense.
Un'altra cosa molto interessante riguarda la registrazione ambientale.
Another interesting feature is about the ambiental recordings.
I normali microfoni partono da 20 Hz.
Normal microphone starts with 20 Hz as a minimal frequency.
Noi abbiamo voluto integrare nel GhostArk
yeah, we tried to integrate instead of the GhostArk
dei
microphones with lower sensibility.
Al 15 Hz.
They will start by 15 Hz instead of 20.
Ecco, la ragione è semplice.
And the reasoning behind it is quite simple.
Se noi prendiamo lo spettro di un EVP ambientale,
If you
vediamo
take the spectrum of an ambiental EVP, what you're going to see is
che sta a cavallo tra i 20 Hz, diciamo, tra i 20 Hz e sotto i 20 Hz.
Yeah.
Cioè, normalmente è così. Quindi, se un EVP, normalmente, almeno quelli che ho potuto io, ambientali, analizzare lo spettro, andavano vicino ai 20 Hz e anche sotto. Quindi abbiamo pensato che il microfono da 15 Hz, che parte da 15 Hz, ci dà la possibilità probabilmente di catturare EVP di qualità migliore.
Yeah, the thing is, when you actually analyze the spectrum of an audio, ambiental audio recording, what you're going to find is that most of the audio is either in the barely audible or in the sub-audible, and therefore it oscillates between 30 e 15 Hz, giusto?
No, tra i 15. È vicino ai 20 Hz.
Yeah, it's slightly higher or slightly lower than 20 Hz, and therefore by having the sensibility of the microphone lower, you increases the chance of getting, EVPs, of getting a lower intensities of EVPs. Intensità, EVP di intensità inferiore.
Sì, di frequenza.
Yeah, which is not actually based on the volume, but it's based on the frequency.
Perché nessuno si sente con le orecchie.
Because no EVP should be audible by the ears.
E poi
potrebbe essere anche
e poi la cosa più importante è che potrai ascoltare in diretta quello che stai registrando quando sei in diretta.
Yeah, and by plugging the headphones inside of the GhostArk, you're also going to be able to listen to it in real time. Therefore, if you were to capture an EVP, you will actually get it played inside of your ear directly. I would like to have, if you have any question about the device, otherwise we will make some closing statement and leave it there. Volete farci qualche domanda? Do you have any question? Okay. Yeah, Chris, thank you.
Where do you see the GhostArk products in the future? What do you see the development for the GhostArk range if you're going to have one at all?
You mean other devices?
Other devices, yeah.
Progetti per i dispositivi futuri?
Sono già in cantiere certi tipi di future, ma per ora chiaramente non ne vogliamo parlare, anche perché potrebbero essere sia degli add-on che vorremmo fare per questo modello, ma potremmo anche destinarlo per il modello successivo, però sono cose ancora che stiamo realizzando e per ora non ne vogliamo parlare.
Yeah, there's a lot of projects that we're actually planning on for the future, and a few of those are add-ons for the actual device, because the device is going to have a socket that will make it so that you can plug add-ons inside. And we're also thinking about other devices that we are not going to disclose as of right now, as it would be. It's a bit sooner to talk about those.
Not a problem.
Okay.
Yeah, with that said, I want to thank you very much for being here. All of you, all of those that participated in the show,
Grazie.
all of those that saw the video, and the team that's probably, we need to find him out and see if we can get on the show right now. So with that said, thank you very much for following us. Thank you very much for passing this couple hours with us. It's been a pleasure. It's been really exciting. And
grazie di essere stati con noi.
Thank you for being with us. Thank you very much.
Ciao.
Ciao ciao.
Ciao su Skype.